Hey, no. Wrap my presents, boy.
Hey guys, welcome back to my DRAWCEMBER challenge. This is going to be the second and last video because I didn't complete the challenge. It's the holidays and I got other things I have to do. But this is my 7th prompt and this prompt was December. And when I think of December, I think of my birthday and Jesus's birthday. Well, Christmas. It's not actually his birthday, that's fake news, but I think of our two fake and real birthdays. And so I drew this cupcake. If I'm being honest, I think of my birthday, and then I'm like, oh yeah, Christmas, Jesus' birthday, secondary thing. My birthday, kind of priority. But I use my paint pens on this gray paper, and I really love the way that these are turning out. So I think in the future I'm going to do more on this gray paper. It just looks so great, I think. And the paint pens really stand out. Yeah, they ended on the top of my tree, singing to the spirit above, sing your heart out with all of your love. Santa's coming for us. 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 First, when I look at the prompts, I sketch all of them. I just like brainstorm what I want. As soon as I see the prompt, I brainstorm like everything that comes to my head. And then I'll go back and outline and kind of set a rough draft of what the final product will be. After that, I go in with pen and outline everything and just finalize like the flowers and the line work and what I want the final image to look like. And then I erase my pencil line and we're good to go. So I was flipping through these prompts and yeah, because I'd already done that last week, and I was like, what am I gonna do? So I just didn't do it, because I already did it. Next time I think I'll look ahead to the prompts. This prompt was bear, and I started to do the outline in pink, and then I realized that I had done the whole bear in pink, so why would I do the whole paper pink? If you wanted to see some pink paper, you could just go to the art store. So I started in pink, and I went back and I outlined in my orange pen, and that was a great decision because I think it ended up looking way better than if I had kept it just all pink. And I added these gold and pink circles, which I did previously with my tree prompt, and I think that just adds to it. It's a good background that's not too distracting, but it adds to the whimsical and like playfulness of the images and the colors that I use. Also on this gray paper, I think it looks great. Once again, gonna go revisit that because I think they turned out really good. So this next one, the prompt was drink, so obviously you gotta put in your hot cocoa or coffee. And this one is one of my least favorite ones, mostly because I drew the cup crooked. It's not straight, and it just really bothers me. And secondly, because I didn't plan out the colors ahead of time, spooky. Magic, yeah. I didn't plan out the colors ahead of time, which I normally do, at least in my head, for all the other images. And I know that as I get more advanced, I should start like swatching my colors, which is something I plan on working on. But this is a prime example of why I should do it and why it can lead to bad results, because I didn't do it and I don't like the way that the colors turned out. I just think it could have been better, not my best. I would say 6 out of 10, probably 5 out of 10 if I'm being completely honest. This one I really, really liked. The prompt was wreath, and I think sticking to a nice generic image worked in my favor this time, and not trying to be too edgy, but I like the way it turned out. I think that all the colors kind of came together. Once again, in my head, I had actually thought about the colors ahead of time. I knew which ones I was going to put where, and I think it kind of worked out. So I added the drip to the candles kind of in like the last steps of the pen, and I really am glad that I did, because I think it just adds to the cartoonishness of the candles while also making them look more like candles. I think the yellow adds a good highlight to that tan orange color that I use in almost every single one of these illustrations. And I don't really have anything bad to say, because I just love the way that this one turned out. I think it looks fantastic. 9 out of 10, because there's always room for improvement. This is the next day. A little bit of two fails, honestly, if I'm being completely real with you right now. Not my favorites. Still Drink is at the bottom, but this one, I ended up kind of doing a demon cat, I think, a little vampire-ish cat in the middle of the holiday season, which, don't get me wrong, I'm all for Halloween, but it was just not the time or the place. The prompt was antlers, and I just thought, oh wow, it would be so cute if I put antlers on a cat. But I hadn't done any living creatures in my illustrations. I have never really done living creatures, and this was my first time drawing like a cartoon cat, really. So it just wasn't a good, I don't know. I guess now's the time to learn, but I'm doing some learning, because I made him look like, or her, doesn't matter, gender is a concept, 2018, I made her kind of look like a vampire cat. And I had first colored in the eyes with a lavender color, which made her look, or it look, very creepy. And I was like, oh no. So I covered it back up with this brown, and it looked 10 times better. Other than that, I think the antlers themselves looked really nice, but just not on this demon cat. Vampire cat, sorry. This one was a success. I really love this one. This one is up there with my top favorites from my illustrations from this month. I planned out the colors ahead of time, and I think it just looks awesome. I don't know, I don't have anything bad to say. I think this one was a success after my failure of the antlers prompt. I use this alcohol-based marker that's not a Copic marker, but it's really good. I'll probably, buy some more, because they're really good. They were cheaper than the Copic markers, and it works well on this paper. This is my, I'd say, third least favorite. I don't know. It's kind of at the bottom because the prompt was balloons. So being the millennial that I am, I thought of those gold letter balloons that everyone posts for their 21st birthday or for like a big birthday event. And I was like, let me do some Christmas themed, let me get some holiday up in these balloons. And they just, I don't know. I think you can look at it, and if you know what I was thinking of, you can be like, okay, yeah, I know what those are, maybe kind of. But if you don't know and you're like 50 years old, you'd be like, what the heck? Those looks like some weird lettering, because what the heck are those colors? Doesn't look like gold. And I didn't use reference images, which was mistake number 1. Mistake number 2 was my pen ran out. Like, look, I'm just trying so hard and it wasn't working. But I think I squeezed enough out for that last letter, but I put 4 layers of color. Maybe I should have put more layers. I don't know. I'm not an expert. I don't normally use markers. These are cheap markers, and they work for my purposes, but in the end, didn't really get me where I wanted. So this last one, hashtag vegan Santa Claus, would get some soy milk, apple, carrots, and grapes. And the prompt was apple. Once again, not as proud, but there's room for improvement. So thanks for watching. That's the second of my DRAWCEMBER videos. And I hope you had a happy Christmas and a Merry New Year's. Enjoy my cats interrupting me multiple times.